Hi folks, welcome to Coil's Vaping Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. I've got a review for you now guys for a RTA. This RTA is manufactured by OBS and it is the Crius. This was sent on to me by John Bold over boldvape.co.uk. I'll put the link to his website underneath this video. And the current pricing on this is £21.70. That's delivered as it's free delivery on boldvape.co.uk, and it comes in three colours: stainless, black and white. Now as you can see, I've got it on my Chrisley bio box. I've currently got a 0.4 build in here, dual coil build in here on this deck, and it doesn't have any pre-built coils or anything like that. This is solely an RTA. So it's a rebuildable tank atomizer, so you've got to make your own coils for it. And it's an ingenious bit of kit, and it's really smart. I mean, this is the white one. We'll go down for close-ups and have a look at it. But if anybody's got a white mod, it looks stunning with a white. You know, the white finish on there is really good. And 0.4 ohm build, potentiometer's on around 20% on this dual 18650 series box mod. So we'll have a look at the performance from this. Only got a bit of liquid in here now, so that's how much liquid there is in the tank. This is moose juice in here, so it's max VG. So you know, and I haven't really had any wicking problems with this. But what I will say, I'll say at the end, when I'm summing up on how the wicking's been for it. But as you can see, performance, vapor, fantastic, and the flavour is pretty. I'm rating the flavour on this really highly. What I'll do now, guys, I'll give you some. That's just a quick overview. Now I'll give you some specs on this device. Now the specs on this are, it's made from 304 stainless and silica glass. Obviously this has got a powder coating to it. What kind of technology that is, I don't know, to get the white and the black colours. It holds 4.2 mV liquid. It is a 22mm device. It is 65mm tall, including the 510. And it's got side filling. It's got juice flow control. Very easy to clean as it all comes apart. 4.2ml liquid, like I said, and it's just aesthetically very pleasing. And the side filling on this is really good. The juice flow control is really good on this as well, which you know you can use for your different viscosities of juice, whether you've got a 50-50 or a high VG juice. I'm using a max VG juice, and the wick holes are wide open, or as open as they can be on this. And it's the materials of this are a food grade and heat resistance glass, and it's a quartz glass, and it's a 304 high strength stainless steel. It does come with some accessories in there, and the accessories included, I'll show you on close-ups, is organic cotton, Kanthal wire, etc. US made Kanthal wire. And it is a very easy build, which you know, I'll show you the build. I'm not going to do a build on it, but I'll show you my build I've got in it, because it's the usual 4-post build, which makes it that much easier to build. And it has been over the four days I've had this now, because I like to test out before I rush into it. I don't want to rush into a review and it start developing problems. But I'll go through a couple of little not negatives, but if you get things wrong, it can be quite what you would call a negative. But like I said, diameter 22mm, 65mm high, and it weighs 53 grams. And it comes in this style of packaging, which we'll show you on close-ups in a second, which is your usual plastic box packaging. Really nice packaging as well. So we'll take one more vape, then we'll go down for close-ups, guys. So we'll see you down for close-ups. Right, guys, this is a close-up for the OBS Crius RTA. And this is the packaging it comes in. Quite nice packaging, cardboard sleeve, QR code there for your authenticity. Tells you, these denote, let's go into manual focus for this. This tells you which one you have. Mine's white, so that's what's ticked there. Because there's 3 colours, stainless, black and white. Then we'll open this up and then we get greeted with a very detailed manual. Show you that. There we are. And then the other side, lots of pictures on how to fill it and wick it, etc. So yeah, very detailed. Really nice to see from this, what I believe is, in my experience, a very good company. And then that's what you get in the package. Your tank, spare glass, screwdriver. So we'll just get that out, and then underneath here, underneath this foam, we get some Japanese cotton and a spares pack, which has got spare screws, coils, ready-made, bit of Kanthal wire as well, O-rings, etc. So good little package, very good little package. So we'll just put that away. And then we'll just put that to one side, and then we'll show you the tank. Now, this is the Crius RTA tank. Aesthetically, as you can see, looks really nice. Start from the top. First negative is the glass drip tip is really nice in my opinion, but if you wanted to use your own, you would be struggling. This is probably one of the thinnest drip tips I have, as in, and it won't fit in. I believe I've seen a couple of reviews where some drip tips have fitted, but not many. So that's a big letdown for me from OBS to sort of not make that standard, or standard enough to fit most drip tips, because the ones I've tried, none of them fit at all. So you are stuck with the proprietary. It's called. It says a proprietary drip tip connection now because of the bore in that drip tip hole there. But it is a nice glass drip tip, really nice. But some people just don't like the wide bore at the top and prefer to use their own. So that's the drip tip. So we'll take that off and put that to one side. We have on the top here, it says we've got this nice aesthetics going around the top. Really nice finish, this white as well. And then we have something that says up, and this is where you fill it. And you pull it up and you get greeted with a big wide Cyclops fill hole, which is obviously side filling. So you'd fill it sort of on that angle and just put your liquid in there like that, and then close it back up again. At the bottom we have 2 wide Cyclops style airflow holes. These are roughly, approximately, with my super SpongeBob ruler, it's broke. 10mm in length that way, and they are 2mm deep, so 10mm by 2mm each one of them airflow holes. And I'm not using a vernier. I like my SpongeBob ruler. So to get this apart, to get the deck off, and the airflow, the airflow has stops. You can tailor it to whichever way you want, how open you have it. But if you go past, it stops there, and it stops when it's wide open as well. So we unscrew, hold the top section here, and just unscrew the whole of the bottom section. And then the deck comes out, and it is one of these that you can it is one of these tanks that you can fiddle with the your wicking and coils whilst keeping your juice in your tank, which is always good to see. So I'll show you the deck in a second. Let me just put it back together in a minute, because I'm going to show you the juice flow control. You've got your 4 wicking holes here, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around the bottom, and then as you can see they open up, and you can tailor that to whatever you like with regards to the viscosity of the juice. As you can see, the holes are opening up, they're wide open now, and then you can close them right off. So good feature and works really well. So we'll take the deck out. Now this is negative number 2. When it says in the instruction manual, easy to come apart. Now I was struggling like crazy trying to get this apart because this this chromed stainless section here and the chimney section comes away from this thinner chimney inside, so this bit comes off the bottom. But because it's got no knurling and it's smooth here and there's not much of it, there's nothing to grip onto. So I'm having to hold that, and I was trying to get that, and I just couldn't get it undone at all, even with rubber gloves. So I had to get a screwdriver just in one of these holes here, and then just sort of start it off by just levering it around like that. So use something thin like that. You can, as long as it's not damaging the holes in any way, and then you can unscrew it then, like so. But that's a bit of a negative. That needed nailing on. This needs nailing on here, and possibly a bit deeper somehow, because it's not that easy to get off, that isn't. So I found that it was a challenge to get that off. That's your bottom chimney section, and then your glass tank, and then that's all one section, all one piece there. So, and that's how it goes together and comes apart. You've got an O-ring there and an O-ring on the bottom. So just make sure I've left them stuck to the glass because I think it's easier sometimes. And then you screw this together. It's easy to screw it back together again and get them in place because they're in place from the manufacturer. And then I just tighten it up like that now. But even tighten it up like that, I've still got nothing to. It comes apart now, but after you've been using it for a bit, it is a challenge to get that undone, because you've got to make sure it's tightish, because that's making a seal between the 2 chimney sections inside. So we'll go swiftly on to the deck, and as you can see, it's a dual coil deck, and I think I said it was a 4-post deck in the first section of the video, which I'm totally wrong. I must have been thinking of something else. It's a dual post deck, so you've got to put both your coils through before you tighten the screws down, both your coils legs through. So you've got to put 4 legs through and sort of line them up before you screw down. But it wasn't a problem at all. And let me just go close up, because I'd seen some reviews where they said that the holes were very tiny on their OBS. Now on this OBS I've got, I think they may have made them holes bigger. This is 26 gauge in here, and I can fit 24 gauge or 22 gauge in there quite easily. So I believe they've made the holes bigger since the prototypes came to some reviewers. So definitely them holes are bigger than what I've seen on other previous reviews from other reviewers. But this one I've got from Ball Vape, them holes are definitely bigger. And then we have, if we look at the deck further, we have 4 channels, 1 with holes. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what I'll do is I'll show you how I've been wicking this, and we'll go into autofocus. So we'll get some of my cotton from down here somewhere. So my This is the stuff I use, puff organic cotton, and just want one square out of there like so, one pad. I've been using about, cutting a strip about 5mm in length, in width, sorry, and then I'll show you when I cut the strips. I've just been cutting something like so, like that. It's a bit raggedy, but I want to show you quickly. And then I take the top and the bottom off the Japanese cotton, the two little layers, and then I sort of stretch it out a little bit, pull it all out, and then I just roll one end right up tight so I can get it through one of these holes like so, and it's not overly tight in there. And then do the same on the other side. Sorry guys if I've gone off camera. So same again, just pull your layers off either side. This is how I've always done my cotton wicking. I'm not too bothered about it being raggedy because I always pull it apart anyway when I'm cutting it, so I don't have it all straight, nice and neat. And then once I pulled it apart a little bit, I just like lengthen it sort of like that, sort of pulling it apart, and then I just roll one end up, then I put the other side in like so. Seems a lot of cotton there, but most of that will be trimmed away, and that's what I get. So let me just get my sorry about this guys, I've lost something that I actually put down here. That's what I was after. After my bag of goodies. So I was after my little tiny scissors I need. So what I do is I cut all this excess off right to the edge of the atomizer. And then, so you're left with that. And then you do some more trimming to make it a bit more neater. And then what you've got to look at is, let's go into manual focus, is your depth of cotton in here. What I've been doing is I comb all these out like that, just comb it a bit. I use one of these little needles and I comb it like so, comb it up, makes it look really puffy and raggedy, but and then I just pull off all these little ends in a minute that I get through combing the wick. It looks like a bit of a mess at the moment. But this is how I found it to wick the best. And then I do a little bit more trimming of the thickness, because look, some of them are quite thick, so I just trim, trim, trim all the way around, just thinning it out slightly, because less is more with this, like most RTAs at the moment. Then all as I do is let's do it back to front, guys. I push, I get half of that, one of the legs, I get half of it, and I start pushing it down into these little hot walls, these channels, but they're like little wicking holes, really, enclosed channels I call them, until, because you don't want to pack this hole out, you don't want to pack it out, you need it to be a little bit, you need a little bit of space in there. So I'll do that all the way around, start packing the cotton into it. It does take a bit of time to get it right. I mean, I'm just rushing it a little bit now, really. You can feel if you're packing it in too much, it start having to shove it a bit too hard into the wicking holes. Well, I'll show you what it's like in a second when I've stopped pushing cotton into these wicking holes. Beauty with the little finish needle like this is you can get into the holes as well and just maneuver the cotton around in the bottom of the base. So I've put cotton in all them holes now, as you can see. Just that one there I need to do. Sorry, I haven't put it in all of them. May look a bit weird. Everybody's got their own way of doing these RTA builds. This is just one way that I've found that works really well. But you know, you will find your own way eventually of what works and what doesn't. So without forcing cotton into these holes and bulking it all up, I've got wick in all the channels now. So all I do now is I just trim all this excess hair off here, like so. I still leave it fluffy, or just give it a bit of a haircut. And just pull these little bits off, like falling off. This way, it's not overly packed with cotton, I find, and your cotton stays fluffy. And that is sort of the end result. And I've stopped. So that is the end result. I'm just gonna, I'll wet it up a bit now with some of my, what shall I put in there? I shall use some. I've got a mother's milk clone here from Lucky's Juice. I shall use some of that, and I shall just wet these up, and I just put it on. Let the cotton soak it up. Sorry for my phone dinging. That'll be the approved vapors. And as you can see, look, see, even now it's getting quite bulky, so you can do any adjustments if you like. But I like it bulky around the coil area there, as you can see. And then I've just got some tails that are in. See how it's wicking quite easily though into there. If this was all packed out, it wouldn't wick that easily, and it'd still be white in these holes here that need to be. Where are we? There. So that's how I wick it, guys. just give it, shove some in there, shove a little bit of the cotton into it, and then just give it a haircut in the end, just to tidy it up a bit. And then what I do then is I just push that, put them both together, and screw it together like so. And then, so now what we do is we turn the juice flow control, because it's wide open, we turn that to close. So we closed off the holes now, and the airflow is closed. And then we can lift this where it says up, we can lift that up, and we can start putting juice in here. Don't want too much in for the, always leave a bit of a space at the top for air, don't fill it right up. So I've got a little bubble now, so just wipe off any excess if you get a bit of excess on there, and then you're ready. You've got a bit of an air bubble at the top there, close that up, and then you're ready to go. Put your drip tip on, and then we're going to open the juice flow control. In a second you will. There we go. There's juice flow control, and it's wicking. As you can see the bubbles coming up, wicking nicely. And then we're going to open the airflow slightly at the bottom, and that's the build, guys. So we'll take this up for a vape, and we'll have a bit more of a talk about it and rate it. So thanks for that, guys. Welcome back up to the top, guys. I hope that video was alright with the wicking part of it. I intentionally put stuff out around me here, which is, if you wouldn't believe if you saw what I've got around here, and then when you go to do something, it's either moved, fell on the floor, or somewhere else that you haven't put it. So sorry about the faffing around in that. Not normally like me, but it is a bit of a chore sometimes. That's how I wick it, guys. That's how it is now. I've opened everything up. It's on my Chris Lee Bio box again, which is, I'll stick it on a VW in a minute and show you. This is obviously on a dual 18650 series box model with potentiometer, and it's a 0.4 build, because I know it is, because I've had it on my VW devices before, and I checked my ohms when I built it, and let's have a toke on it now. Fantastic. Ooh. Fantastic that is. As you can see, it wicks. You know, it's been wicking really well at that way I've been doing it's been working well. But with this RTA, I found when I first built it, I shoved cotton into them channels, and I just packed it out too much. And once it had vaped away the juice I'd put on there to start it off, I was getting dry hits. So I went less, a lot less, and then I was getting a few leaks out of the airflow at the bottom. So obviously that meant I was getting, there was too little in there. So there's that fine line between putting too much and not putting enough. But all I do now is a 5mm strand width of cotton, take the top and bottom layers off it, and just roll one end up, shove it through, nice and loosey goosey in the coils, and then sort of split it in half if you can, your four ends, and then just shove some of the cotton down, and then just give it an haircut. That's the way it's been working for me, and it's been wicking well at that. I haven't had any. I get some seep. I get like condensation in the bottom of here sometimes, but it's not liquid leaking. It's more condensation that builds up in the bottom of in the base of the tank. But it's not. It doesn't flow out as such, and I've not had it leak on me since the very first sort of build I put in here. And it's aesthetically pleasing, and it's a really good tank. and one that is worth getting for how much this costs, £21.70 from boldvape.co.uk. It really is. So we'll take one last toke and we'll wrap it up. Fantastic. So guys, that's the OBS Crius RTA tank from boldvape.co.uk. £21.70 included delivery, free delivery with that, and it says one worth getting. Like I say, the negatives, the drip tips proprietary because I can't fit any other drip tips in it, and getting the tank section apart, the chimney section from the glass apart, was a bit of a challenge. Now I've shown you how to do it to loosen it up a bit, because they are tight and you have to get them a little bit tight. It just needs nailing on that inside there somehow. Don't know how they can sort of improve that. That's something for them to improve, but I did find it a bit of a chore to get apart. Not as easy as it says in the manual. But you can just like leave it together and just rinse water through it and shake it out if you felt that way inclined. But real good, I like OBS stuff. It's really good quality. The TVCT sub-ohm tank was really good, and the cores were exceptional with that tank. And then you've got the RTA now, and it's really good and really good invention. Like I say, you got your juice flow control as well on it, which I've shown you in the video. So you can have that as wide or as shut, depending on which kind of viscosity you use. But that's the OBS Crius, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next review. Thank you.